I'd like to finish as the last speaker, and I'm speaking on behalf of ECAWAR. We march today to end the bombing. We march today to end the war. We march today to protest the brutal and criminal aerial bombardment inflicted on the people of Lebanon, where hundreds have been killed, many more injured, and at least 500,000 people forced to leave their homes. When Nora spoke, I could not help but think of what that statement of Harper's was, that Israel has the right to do everything to defend its borders. And the word that stuck in my mind was the word borders. Because can be no doubt from what Condoleezza Rice has said, that the U.S. wants to redraw those borders. It wants to redraw the Middle East. You all know that in 1948, when the Palestinians were driven from their homes, their villages, their orchards, their ancestral places, that they have not yet been able to come home. They have not yet had their right of return acknowledged and met. And so now we have to very seriously consider what it means when the people of Lebanon are being told to withdraw from their homes, withdraw from their villages, and withdraw from their farms, from their groves, their orchards. Because when it is being said that the map is being withdrawn, then what conclusion are we to draw? Can we not only draw the conclusion that a new Nakba is being planned and that this must not pass? It must not pass. It is up to each and every one of us to make sure that it does not pass. When we speak of borders, what do we mean? Because no border that has been breached, whether in 1948 or 1967 or since, by the Israelis, has yet to have been withdrawn from, except in Lebanon, where the people forced the Israelis back. And I have every confidence that the people of Lebanon will stand as one, that the people of Lebanon will defend themselves, they will defend their national independence, their right to their own country, and they will win. I stand here wearing this scarf because after much long discussion and debate, in which huge pressure is put on us that we should not criticize Israel, and even today, I had many people approach me, like I had phone calls from people, and they said to me, well, what about the Jewish point of view? I said, you must not say that the Zionist point of view is the Jewish point of view. There is no Jewish point of view on this. There is the Zionist point of view, and there is the view of all of humanity, including many, many, many Jewish people who want peace, who do not want, who do not believe this lie of security that comes from George Bush. Let us think more about what it is that Stephen Harper is saying. He says that through this, I mean, it's so obscene to even discuss what he says, that this, whether this is a proportional response or not. It's so obscene that he can say such things in the face of the bombings and killings of people. But nonetheless, let us discuss it. Because the idea which he's trying to give all Canadians is that there is security through oppression, through aggression, through war. That there is security through Guantanamo Bay. That there is security through Abu Ghraib. That there is security by bombing the people of Iraq, by occupying Iraq, Afghanistan, Palestine, Lebanon. and that this somehow is going to give security to the people of the world. It is a terrible lie. There can never be such security. Security comes when the people are masters of their own fate, when we can decide, and we will decide to live in peace. Security comes when it is not those who profit from war who are making the decisions. Security comes when the people can sit side by side. And these wars do not come because people hate each other naturally, because people are divided over religion or anything else. It's because the people are divided. They're divided to serve those interests. And I don't just say these things to demonize somebody, but so that we fully understand that Harper will only be held responsible if we hold him responsible. That it will only change if we make a change. Every one of us here has a responsibility, not just today, but tomorrow and the day after and the day after, to build this peace movement, to build this protest movement, to explain to people, to deal with the disinformation, and to discuss together ourselves what kind of government we want in Canada and what we want it to stand for. Do we not want a government which will stand for human rights above all? Yes. Do we want a government which will demand that the General Assembly resolutions on Palestine be implemented? Yes. Do we want a government which will demand that the U.S. and Israel get out of every country they are occupying? Yes. And that the bombing should stop? Yes. Do we not want a country which will uphold and fight for international law? Yes. Do we not want a country which will be a force for peace in the world? Yes. And that is not going to come just by waiting and then exercising our vote at the ballot box. Because even before this government came into being, we had to fight on all of these issues, and we have to fight yet. And so it is up to us that we can create that situation where Canada will be proud to say we're Canadians. We'll be proud to say that our country is a force for peace in this world, that our country defends the right of everyone to live in peace, with sovereignty, with national security, and so on. Tonight, when you go to the vigil, there's a song which is going to be played there, which is one of the oldest Canadian folk songs. It's called Un Canadien errant, and think about it, because it's the first song that comes in Canada in the fight for democracy. And it's a Canadian banished from their homeland, writing about that banishment. And it shows to me how close we all are, how close the people of the world are. And so when we give our thought to the people in Lebanon who are suffering, to the people in Gaza who are suffering, to the people in Afghanistan, to the people in Iraq, it has meaning as we translate it into words. So let our deeds be our words. We must build this peace movement. Thank you very much.